Alrighty, Chef Buck here, and today we're going to cook us up a coconut curry with quinoa. It's kind of a Thai inspired dish. And if you've never used quinoa before, it's a complete protein. So this is going to be like a complete meal in one bowl. And quinoa, I use it a lot, instead of rice, and you cook it up like rice with just 2 parts water to 1 part quinoa. Get that mixed up in a saucepan, bring it up to a boil, and then we'll reduce the heat down to a simmer, throw a lid on there and let it cook away for about 15 minutes. And then after that time, all that water should be absorbed, so just fluff it up with your fork. And for this dish, at least, we're gonna go ahead and set it aside and get to the labor-intensive part of this meal, which is cutting up all of your vegetables. And this dish is a great opportunity for you to clean out your fridge, which is exactly what I'm gonna do. I like to put 2 carrots in here, and you see I'm cutting them up into big planks because this dish just screams out for big hunks and chunks of vegetables. Now I like to put 1 large onion in there, but instead of a large onion, like I said, I'm cleaning out my fridge, so I just got an amalgamation of onion bits. I'm gonna put some cabbage in here, which you don't have to do. A lot of people don't like cabbage. Camera girl's not that big of a fan of cabbage in this dish, but I like it. And like I said, clean out your fridge. 1 bell pepper, I'm using Frankenstein bell pepper bits, and a lot of ginger. I say a thumb's worth because this hunk of ginger was as big as my thumb, and you see I cut it into big slices too. Don't be afraid of the ginger. Don't be afraid of the cauliflower. It looks like a Reese's monkey brain. Don't be afraid of it. It's your friend. It's better than potatoes. So get your oil going on medium-high heat in a skillet, and we'll throw our onions in there. I'm putting a little bit of hot pepper in there. That's optional, but if you want some heat, do that. A little bit of garlic, and then I'm gonna go ahead and give that a few minutes, let those onions and all that jazz start to sweat up. And once that gets along and cooking after a few minutes, we're gonna throw all our spices in there. And don't be shy with the spices. I didn't go too heavy-handed on the spices here. You could literally put in a teaspoon each of all those ingredients and you'd still be all right, because you wanna balance it out with the mildness of this coconut milk. You should at least have enough spice in there, to turn this coconut milk a nice rich golden color. See, just like that there. So now we're going to throw our ginger in there, those big hunks of ginger that are going to put years on the tail end of your life. Quality years, I don't know. That's one of those things we find out too late, right? Throw your carrot in there, your cauliflower in there, all those peppers in there, and then we'll go ahead and get this stuff mixed up, get it mixed in with that coconut milk. And then we're going to add a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. And then we're going to throw our lid on here and let these things cook away. But first we're going to lower the heat because it's still on medium-high heat. But go ahead and turn it down to low, put the lid on there, and let it cook for 5 minutes. And 5 minutes doesn't seem like a lot of time, but that's plenty of time. Because you don't want to overcook your vegetables. When I eat this dish, I want my cauliflower, my carrots, I want everything to be crunchy. I haven't even added my cabbage in here. That's one of the last things I do. Because I don't want to overcook it. I got my onion tops there from the green onion, but you don't have to use green onion. And so just get everything mixed up. And then that's pretty much it. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to throw our quinoa in there from earlier. And it's still warm, We're not cooking it. It's already cooked. We're just going to mix it in here with our coconut and vegetables and get it warmed through before we serve it. And you don't even have to do this here. You can just serve the coconut and the vegetable on top of the quinoa. But I like to mix it in so all that coconut goodness gets suffused throughout the entire dish. Throw your little fresh basil or cilantro on there. That makes a nice topping towards the end. And then that's it, man. That's picture perfect. All those great fresh vegetables, a complete protein because of the quinoa. And we're gonna put some peanuts on it to boot, This is just little nutty bits. I took some roasted peanuts, threw them in a food processor, boom, and you got a perfect topping for an Asian style dish. So there you have it. Complete protein, vegetable heaven. Give this dish a try. Let me know what you think. Bon appetit. Thanks for watching. Do some push-ups. Stay away from that scone recipe I put up the other day. And, maybe we'll all live a little bit longer.